Denver Mayor Mike Johnston says he is halfway to finishing what he started, including ending street homelessness, navigating an uncertain economic future, and making the city a more affordable place to live. I had the chance to sit down with the mayor for a one-on-one interview today. He shared what he views as his accomplishments during his first 2 years in office, admitted there is more work to be done, and also touched on what you can expect in the final 2 years of his first term. The city of Denver looks different than it did when Mayor Mike Johnston walked into his office 2 years ago this week.
There are no encampments left in Denver. There are no tents in downtown.
Johnston says the city has gotten 5,000 people off the streets and ended street homelessness for veterans, while also acknowledging that there is still work to do.
Yes, we still have a couple hundred folks who are left on the streets, and they are mostly what we would call our highest acuity individuals. They are the most significant mental illness, the most significant addiction. They're not living in communities, they're not in encampments, they're wandering around. The next phase of the work is really about those individuals and how we help connect them into services to get clean, to get mental health supports, and then to get jobs and backup.
As his third year in office begins, Mayor Johnston is staring down a budget shortfall of $250 million over the next year and a half. There have already been furloughs and will likely be layoffs and possible cuts to city services.
Our goal is always in every situation to avoid any impact on core public services. We're going to keep officers on the street. We're going to keep trash getting picked up. We're going to keep our parks and rec centers clean and open.
You think it's possible to balance the budget and keep all of those things?
I mean, we're never going to keep everything, but what we are going to do is try to take a look. What we've done with each department is said, what are the core public services that we have to deliver in this department? And what are the big citywide goals we have to deliver citywide? And then what are the things that might have been nice to have 5 or 10 or 15 years ago, but might not be so essential to have right now? And how can we find a way to pare those back?
Johnston has also been vocal about the future of the Broncos and keeping the team in the city when their lease at Mile High expires after the 2030 season.
Over my dead body, will the Broncos leave Denver? And I'm sticking with that. I would be a betrayal. I'd fire myself. I really think the ownership group is a thoughtful group of people who want to do the right thing, and so I'm optimistic we're going to get to a deal, and I think we're going to get to a deal pretty quickly.
How soon is pretty soon?
I'm hoping in the next few weeks, if I'm ambitious.
Really?
Yeah.
About an announcement about a stadium?
About an announcement about a plan for what we think we would do with them, and we're working hard on it every day.
All right, more to come on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear about that. All right, we know that there's still a big crime problem within the city. What did he have to say about that?
Yeah, it's an issue we've reported on a lot. Now, his view is that now that violent crime has come down, the city is going to be better equipped to address other issues involving safety, theft, and other quality of life crimes. Of course, the jury's still out on that. He's got 2 years left in his first term. I asked if he was already thinking about re-election. He said no, so we'll see.
All right, thank you, Michael.